That's another way to point out how important this crew is and the work they're doing. Now, it just hit me during the break. Something that I know, but that I really need to say loud and clear and say it a lot, and something that I'm going to advise Roger Stone to do the next time he talks to Donald Trump, or the next time that, let's just say, I'm able to talk to folks with the campaign. But before I do that, I just want to get Darren McBreen's attention, who has taken on, you know, the job of like 3 or 4 more people while the crew's out of town. And that goes for Jakari and everybody else. They're all just really upping their game even more to help get all the videos out, the reports, the research, the articles, just everybody in this crew. But it really hit me during that 70-second break, and it's so profound. You know, a thought can be in just a split second, but it's like a volume of material. So I'll try to crystallize this down. The most powerful weapon Donald Trump has isn't just that he's anti-political correct. It isn't that he just speaks like a common person. It isn't that he's just pushing basic common sense populism. It's that currently at his rallies that I've seen the raw footage of that we have on Infowars.com, it's got to be a third or 40% of the people going in the doors are Hispanic. And it's got to be 10, 20, 30% are black. And a lot are Asian. Now, this is so exciting because they have pushed this racism narrative to the 1000th degree. And quite frankly, people are scared. There's a little bit of xenophobia going on. That's pretty much common sense at a point when people are saying, foreign flags, we're going to get you, kill you, and the government's running. And I mean, people that haven't been, quote, racist start getting, well, just a little bit, hey, I'm scared, which I wouldn't call racism. It's just called normal tribalism. That starts getting activated. And so Trump pushed a little bit of those buttons, let's be honest about it, because the left's pushing him on their side. And I'm not even defending that. I think he went a little too far sometimes. But that's just because I just straight shoot, folks. I can't sit here and think up what I'm going to say. It's just whatever I'm really thinking, you get it. There is no filter with me to a really bad point. Because if I want to use cuss words, I've never been a big cusser, but now I get really upset about things, I will start cussing. And they have to delay it out because it's just, I'm so real that when they got Salon pushing pedophilia in one article and then saying I'm a liar in the other, listen, you people, I'm tired of you. I mean, I've really had enough of it. I really disdain you. I detest you, but it's a complex thought, but it's super simple. I want to try to just put it out there as best I can. The fact that they've done everything they can for 10 years to say the Tea Party is racist was very successful the last 4 or 5 years at almost having no, quote, minorities at Tea Party events. When I can tell you the Tea Party is a libertarian-based, grassroots, pro-human overall movement. And the fact that the media could brand it, that minorities aren't welcome there, and then they don't go, and then minorities see there's no minorities there, that is how you run a con job. That's their greatest victory. Because now you've branded anything Americana, anything freedom-based, anything free market, pro-gun, whatever, as white and evil. You've just stolen a birthright from all these people and done a huge mind job on them and made all the white people think communism has a brown face. Coming up, why is there suddenly such a huge push for Mark of the Beast technology? Michael Schneider of the American Dream blog asked that question. Stories up on Infowars.com. And I'm glad somebody pointed that out because I used to harp on this 20 years ago, 15 years ago, made films about it. Now it is just all over the news, ABC News, NBC News, Fox News, like microchips for your kids. You know it's inevitable. That's the talking point because they're getting rid of cash. They're bringing in this control grid. They're going to use flooded borders, massive Al-Qaeda, ISIS sleeper cell attacks in the future to push this idea. Huge identity theft scandals where governments and big corporations dump your identities out there by design so that you've got to be face scanned or biometrically identified to make sure your credit card or number is really being used by you. That will then also be an internet ID and be used to track, trace, and control everything you do. The power to tax is the power to destroy. But then on top of that, they'll be able to kick you off the internet with 3 strikes. And then your identity will basically be gone. No one will be able to basically speak for you. They will have total control. That is their admitted master jewel in the crown plan. And boy, I tell you, if John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos envisioning all of this 2,000 years ago wasn't psychic, time traveler, super clairvoyant, given a vision by God, he was one of the greatest science fiction writers of all time. No one started writing science fiction like that for the last 60, 70 years, folks. He wrote it 2,000 years ago. But it doesn't matter. Depeche Mode has a song making fun of him, saying he stole his God from the Muslims. The Muslims didn't exist for hundreds and 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 hundreds of years until after he died. In fact, can we go out with John the Revelator, put him in an elevator, take him up to the Hyatt. You know what's funny, though? I love Depeche Mode. Incredible artist, great music, one of my favorite bands. It's just I hate it when I'm singing along to a song that sounds so good, I love it, when it's a lie. But you know what? It feels good, doesn't it? John the Revelator couldn't even hardly walk while he was having those visions for days. By the way, you read about Ezekiel. In Ezekiel, this was written 3,000 years ago, at least. And he sees giant craft with 4 spinning wheels of fire land and huge blue craft come off with crystal coverings over their heads and blue skin. He gets on his knee, and the angel tells him, take this so you understand him. He takes this pill and then has these visions. I mean, what is that? And it's all hiding in plain view. And the churches all go, oh, we'll explain that. It's all figurative, and we don't want anyone to, don't go there, okay. That's what the Masons at the higher level are covering up, folks. Because the public, they don't think can handle it all. And I'm not even going there. I'm just saying this is what the elite actually believe. And a guy 2,000 years ago said, when you start seeing this, look out. They're going to set up a world government with 10 sub-regions, 3 mega-regions, and this number of leaders that give their power to a God-man who will be seen everywhere in the town squares and in the homes as a 3D creature that is see-through, holograms. The next rollout, the next televisions are all hologram-based. It's all happening. Speaking of technology, we take you now live to Germany. Do we have the guys in place yet? They're a little bit late getting in place where they are. They were in Dresden. Yes, they're there. We've got the feed. Let's let them get in place. And then as soon as Dude's ready, give me a Roger, okay? Copy that. Good. Think about somebody 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, watching a / radio show, InfoWars. It's radio you watch. And I would say that I would be in studio in Austin talking to anybody that wanted to dial in the world that has the technology that's ubiquitous, and that we could be in Dresden, Germany at a nationalist rally. We're going to see if these are all white supremacists like we've been told. I don't see one white supremacist there. If you don't want your country wide open, people coming in that rape your women, telling you got to submit to them, I don't see any Nazi regalia except for that skull and bones flag. I don't know if that's a Nazi flag, but usually the death's head is associated with that. So we'll see exactly what it says. Probably be the Fed there to discredit them, because if there's one of those flags there, Merkel then claims she can shut down the whole event. But then she's gone further than that, just shutting them down, period. And reactivating the Stasi. I see some state flags. I see some. We're going to go to them live here in just a moment. Again, if you're a radio listener, Infowars.com/show. And then coming up, I'm going to get to the attacks on free speech here in the United States that are intensifying. I'm going to get into Hillary Clinton, obviously in deep trouble with another Secret Service agent with a book coming out that basically documents everything that an FBI agent 16, 17 years ago said he witnessed there. Remember the crack pipes, the Mao Zedong stuff hanging on the Christmas tree? People said, that's crazy. And then later the White House said, okay, we did it just for fun. It's a joke. just like Google a few weeks ago had Mao Zedong stuff on its front page celebrating Mao Zedong on their front page. You know, on December 25th, they show a Christmas tree, not a cross. But when it's a Mao Zedong holiday, they show us Mao Zedong worship, a guy that killed 80+ million people. I mean, how freakazoid is that? Can't show a cross. We can show you Mao Zedong. Can't have a little drummer boy. We can have us some Mao Zedong, the greatest murderer in history of his own people. I've actually seen news articles going, Alex Jones was bashing Mao Zedong and the communist Chinese again today because he doesn't like Asians. Yeah, I don't like a guy that killed 84 million Asians. And I'm not going to use my race card. People are like, who's this Korean girl? You say your sister is suddenly on TV with you. We didn't know that. Well, that's because in my 20 years on air, I might have said it 10, 15 times. Because it's not a race card. It's my sister, adopted. But I just, I'm so sick of it all. I'm so tired of it. It's such idiocy. You kill 84 million Asians, you're a great guy. You're against it, you're a racist. And we've lost our Skype feed. We're going to get back up in a moment and go to them. Before I go any further, though, obviously it is extremely expensive to have Rob Dew and Josh Owens and Paul Watson, who's about to be there, in Germany. This is a news organization of over 50 people now. And I need to really get a couple more camera folks, and I need to get some more editors to be able to just get the bottleneck done, and also a few more writers to go through all the news we're gathering and actually get it out there. Because we'll have bombshell stuff, but just, you know, throw up 15 videos in one article and not even have time to look at them. Just, this is incredible. And there's just unbelievable gold exposing the New World Order there. But that's why we need listeners to go through everything we do and flag it for us and help us and post it to other sites and write articles about it and put it on other video sites. And so many times, folks, you'll take one of our videos off our YouTube channel or our Facebook channel or our Daily Motion channel. You'll post it on your little YouTube channel that might have had 100,000 views over the years, and it'll get 10 million views because they've got algorithms in there blocking our videos. Yes, we have a monetized YouTube channel. It doesn't pay for it. It might pay for 4 days of operation a month. It might pay for the money I got to spend. That channel with, I mean, we're talking 25, 30 million views a month on one channel, conservatively. And it might pay to run this office 3-4 days. The money we make each month off YouTube helps fund a few days, maybe 2 or 3. Okay, that's the nut I've got to crack. And by the way, I'm not complaining. We do this in Texas where it's inexpensive. You know, we try to pay our people decent, though. I need everybody to go to InfoWarsStore.com and buy a Hillary for Prison shirt. Why would you not do it when this witch is trying to take the country over and destroy free speech and end talk radio and the internet as we know it, and saying she wants to ban guns today? I've got the video saying that, you know, the government can restrict them. As if they haven't already done it enough. So go to InfoWarsStore.com, get the limited edition Hillary for Prison shirt. We also have 2 specials on the Alexa Pure Breeze that the sale ends 26% off. That ends today. It'll still be a great deal at, you know, 220 something bucks, but it's over 25% off right now. 4-stage filtration system. It is $184.99, and the profit we make helps fund this operation. The air is so toxic, folks. You're crazy if you don't get one of these and put one in every room if you can afford it. We also, this is the last day for 20% off on Lung Cleanse because it will sell out today as I predicted. We won't get more in for a month. It's an amazing essential oil combination that is the best out there in my view. And when my throat's scratchy or I've got a sore throat, whatever, it works better than anything I've ever tried before, and I'm in broadcasting. I've tried a lot of stuff. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Tell Dewey he's got 4 minutes. We're going to go to break, and when I'm going to come back and go right to him. So, again, InfoWarsLife.com. Brain Force is excellent as well. You've heard the rave reviews of that. Survival Shield X2. Secret 12. Most people don't absorb vitamin B12 in the gut anymore because of the toxicity, all the chemicals, the GMOs. For whatever reason, look up the studies. But if you put it under your tongue for about a minute, you absorb a lot of it, almost like it's a shot. And this is the exact stuff people inject, but I don't inject this. It's not designed for that. It's methylcobalamin. 80% of it's that. It's another acinetylcobalamin, or however you pronounce it, is the top type that helps you absorb the other. So it's designed for maximum absorption. Sign up for auto ship get 10% off on the additional specials that are already running, and